Namaste to all the Bharatiyas across the globe. So today I'm going to flag an important issue, a very important issue that has huge public ramification. Can a public servant block you on Twitter for asking the right questions? And mind you, this is not from his personal handle but from the official handle. Yes, my dear ladies and gentlemen, this is Prabhu Shankar, the collector of Karur, and he has blocked me from his official handle, collector of Karur. And for what? For asking the right questions. Let me give you a bit of background about the entire issue. So, as you all know, Ganesh Chaturthi is fast approaching, and across the state of Tamil Nadu, a number of manufacturers, small-time manufacturers of Ganesh idols and their properties have been sealed under the garb that they've been using materials which have been banned by the High Court, which is against the environmental well-being of the state. Agreed. Now, in this particular case, I'll show you the video of people begging for mercy in the district of Karur, where they say that openly we have not used anything of that sort. They say that we have taken huge loans and this is an existential crisis for us. So they have sealed all these properties.
இது என்ன மாவுங்க?
இது சாக்ஸ் மாவு.
தண்ணியில கரையுமா?
கரியுமா கரியுமா.
இன்னைக்கு அதிகாரிகள் வந்து என்ன சொன்னாங்க?
சொல்லிட்டு நேரே அந்த வண்டியில தண்ணி கரியும் கரி சார். சாம்பிள் பாத்தீங்க இப்போ 2 நாள் கழிச்சு பாத்தீங்க இப்போ தான் பாத்தி சாம்பிள் தண்ணி கரியும். பேண்ட் பாத்தீங்க பவுடர் ப்ராசஸ் பவுடர் வாட்டர் பேண்ட் அந்த பாத்தி சாம்பிள் பாத்தீங்க.
அதெல்லாம் சீல் வச்சிட்டாங்களா?
ஆமா அப்படியே தான் சீல் போட்டீங்க. ஒண்ணே மிக்ஸி மேலோ கெமிக்கல் மிக்ஸி இல்ல ஆல் பேண்ட்கள் ஒண்ணே மிக்ஸி இல்ல. சாதா பேண்ட் தான் தண்ணி பவுடர் தான் வாட்டர் பேண்ட்.
எவ்வளவு சிலைகள் இருக்கும்?
சிலைக்கு 160 170 சார். மொத்தமே வட்டி காசு வாங்கிட்டு 10 லட்சம் உள்ள போட்டிருக்கிறேன். அதே பக்கத்து பார்த்து சொந்தக்காரங்க அப்படி போய் கடைக்கு வாங்கிட்டு சாப்பாடு காசுக்கு மலை கடைக்கு அதே சாப்பாடு அதே பாக்கி காசு தான்.
நீங்க எந்த ஒரு எந்த ஸ்டேட்?
சத்த ராஜஸ்தான்.
நான் எத்தனை வருஷம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கீங்க?
அங்க 10 வருஷம் 12 வருஷம் ஆகுது. ரொம்ப செய்யறீங்க.
எத்தனை குடும்பம் இருக்கு?
அது ஒரு மொத்தம் கம்மி இல்ல.
எல்லாம் சின்ன பசங்க இருக்கு. எல்லாம் லேடிஸ் வேணா பாப்பாங்க. நான் 10 வருஷமா எத்தனை வருஷம் நம்மளுக்கு ஒன்னே சொல்லவே இல்லை சார். அது வருஷம் இப்போதான் நம்மளுக்கு சொல்லி இருக்கேன். இப்போ சொல்லி ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நம்மளுக்கு சொல்வாடி 10-20 நாள போயிட்டு நான் வேற பக்கம் கொண்டு போறேங்க சார். இப்போ அங்க கொண்டு போவோம். எல்லாம் பசங்க சாப்பிடுக்கு நம்ம மல்லிகை கடை எல்லாம் காசு தரணும். எல்லாம் வாங்கி காசுல வாங்கி தரணும். எல்லாம் வாங்கி வட்டி காசு வாங்கி செஞ்சு இருக்கேன் சார்.
இல்ல இப்ப இதுக்கு முன்னாடி வந்து இது மாதிரி செய்யக்கூடாதுன்னு சொல்லி உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது தகவல் சொன்னாங்களா?
சொல்லவே இல்லை சார். நம்ம 7 மாசம் நான் வேலை பாக்குறேன். 7 மாசம் நம்மளுக்கு சொல்லவே இல்லை.
இந்த சிலைகள்லாம் செய்யறதுக்கு எவ்வளவு மாசம் ஆச்சு?
4 மாசம் ஆயிடுச்சு.
This has happened across the state, and in some places it has been released and the locks have been taken off. But in this particular case, it was flagged by a lot of social media activists, including me, legal rights observatories, and people from the BJP. This is very important. This festival is very important because it was started and initiated by none other than Lokmanya Tilak for instilling a spirit of Bharatiyaness in imperial times when the British were bulldozing all our rights. It was started by Lokmanya Tilak ji, and now it is a festival celebrated across the country, and there seems to be no problem elsewhere, but in the state of Tamil Nadu this has occurred. So all we asked was, please do the needful, release these idols so that they can go about doing their business. Otherwise there will be stress induced migration of all these craftsmen from this very field, thereby putting the entire culture itself in danger. But you know what the collector of Karur had done? He had come out with an explanation, which is totally fine. I totally understand that. He's been quoting High Court judgments where it is clearly said that some materials should not be used. Same is the case with Diwali. I don't know why it happens with Indian festivities only, but that's for another debate. So he's been quoting judgments saying that this is in line, in tune with High Court guidelines. Agreed. But I put forth a question to Mr. Prabhu Shankar, the collector of Karur. The question was simple, straightforward, and a very civic and decent question. All I asked him was, agreed, if this is according to environmental guidelines given by the High Court, why has there been no action against a minister who's right now behind the bars? His name is Sendil Balaji, a very famous minister who's been behind the bars and still is a minister. That's the irony of it, without portfolio of course. So this is the person who had stated during the election campaign when you were the collector that the moment CM Stalin takes over, that is if it's at 11 a.m, 11:05, all of you can start your bullock carts, go to the riverbeds and start sand mining. This was the statement of Sendil Balaji, and there has been no action against him. But being a public servant, this was a valid criticism that was put forth against him. Immediately, I think it was in a span of 5 minutes, he blocked me on Twitter. Now my questions are very straight pointed towards Mr. Prabhu Shankar, the Tamil Nadu government, and of course the sane world that is watching this video. how can a public servant block a common man? How can a public servant from his official handle block anybody for that instance? Many Supreme Court and High Court judgments have stated that in public life you will have to have broad shoulders. Criticism is bound to come your way and you'll have to take it in your stride. And at the drop of a hat, this person, the collector of Karur, blocks me. This is a serious violation of the fundamental rights guaranteed to me under the Constitution. See, I understand that there can be derogatory statements on Twitter or on Facebook or any social media platform which should not be encouraged. But this is valid criticism. You may have chosen to ignore it. You may have chosen to reply to it. You may have chosen to be harsh on it. But how can you block a person? So if this trend continues, how am I supposed to be a part of the information dissemination that happens through your Twitter handle? Are you not violating my fundamental rights here? So this is the question I put forth to Prabhu Shankar. What surprises me the most is there is a minister in this state, Udhayanidhi Stalin, the Sanatan hating, the person who wanted to eradicate Sanatana Dharma, also doing the same, being a minister, he blocks people on Twitter. Now we move on to the broader question. People who are fiduciaries of public, people who are public servants, people who have popular vote and gained a public office, can they block common people? Can they block common people? Of course, if it comes under Article 19(2), that is restrictions imposed on free speech, like derogatory speech, immoral speech, indecent speech towards women, or against the sovereignty of the country, or disturbing foreign relations, all that is okay. But can constructive criticism be met with such response? This is my question. Across the globe, there is a huge debate going on about this. In fact, in US, there is a lawsuit where this is being questioned if a public servant can block people on social media profiles. This is a very important question. But you know, the funny part here is Prabhu Shankar seems to have even dropped the fig leaf of neutrality, because neutrality is the hallmark of civil services. Any parties can come and go. They are political executives, but being a permanent executive, you cannot block people. And also, you're not the permanent collector of Karur. So how can you block a common man from the official Twitter handle of collector of Karur? This is a very important question. Also, to all the legal enthusiasts watching, I think it's high time we held them accountable, we held them responsible, and probably take this as a public interest litigation to the courts and ask this valid question. Can these people who are in power, who are public servants, permanent executives, and political executives who've gained power because of our popular vote, block us? Can they do this? So I urge Mr. Prabhu Shankar to be a public servant, compassionate to the downtrodden, compassionate towards people who are struggling to make ends meet. And that is what is the hallmark of a good civil servant. Thank you. Jai Hind.